All right, let's just settle into a nice, comfortable seated posture as we finish off our week with Vajrasattva. All right. Okay, just have your feet flat on the floor, shoulders aligned with the hips. And of course, you can sit cross-legged, but most people are sitting in chairs with their feet down at their desk. So if you are doing that, feel the sensation of the soles of the feet through the floorboards or the carpet or whatever you're on, shoes, slippers. And then align your shoulders with your hips and your ears with your shoulders. Imagine your spine is this beautiful string of pearls of light stretching from the base all the way up through the crown of the head and beyond. And just putting some space in between your vertebrae, lengthening your spine. And go to the crown of the head and relax your scalp, the forehead, the eyes, the back of the eyes, the nose, the cheeks, the area around the mouth. Relax the jaw, back of the tongue, the temples, the ears. Relax the back of the head, the neck, and allow your shoulders and shoulder blades just to drop down. Relax the throat, and also have a little bit of length in the back of the neck, just to make some space between the skull and the top of the vertebrae. Relax the chest and the belly and all of your limbs. And feel the weight of your hands in your lap, so they can either be just resting in your lap or in the meditation mudra. So bring your attention to the sensations of the breath as you inhale and exhale. The nostrils, the chest, the ribs, the lungs, and then the belly. Now be aware of any sound in your environment, any smells. And just allow it all to be there, trying not to have the mind dash off and investigate. We just love to be distracted. So just bring the mind back and then just check in with yourself, check in with your own internal dialogue, and put some space in between the thoughts. So one thing that, and I've mentioned it here before, but it kind of landed for me today, this morning in Venerable Rabina's meditation, the speech, blessing the speech, was this thing about how we talk to ourselves. Do you encourage yourself? For some people, turning up to this meditation might be the best they can do. It's like just being here is the best they can do, and anything from that point of just turning on the Zoom and joining the class, joining this session, is a bonus. So just rejoice in your efforts for just turning up. So then bring to mind all the people of your life, your loved ones, your strangers, the ones you don't like so much, the ones you don't trust. Remembering they're all equal, they all have this extraordinary capacity for this Buddha mind, but they're all equal in that they want to be happy and that they don't want to suffer. So I think we'll do this meditation this evening for all these people of our life, and by by extension, all sentient beings. And then also continuing to think of Mary Malmberg's father, who passed a couple of days ago, and then her family, of course. So I think this meditation we do, there is no negativity that can't be purified. And this purification process is basically a psychological one. We create negativity with our mind, so equally we can change it by creating positivity instead. And we start with this power of regret. So sincerely regret from the depths of your heart anything you have done to harm any living being on this day, in this life, and in all of our past lives. And think of specific actions of both your body and your speech, and then in general, regret all. And the reason to regret is based on this logic of karma. And we experience everything due to our past karma, our past actions. And so, having harmed others, we ourselves will necessarily experience suffering in the future. And we cannot bear the thought of any future suffering that we will experience. We know from our present suffering we don't want any more. So logically, it makes sense to remove the karmic seeds before they ripen as future suffering for us. So think like this. I regret from the depths of my heart having harmed others with my body and my speech, having broken my vows because I do not want the future suffering. I'm sick of suffering. And also regret any anger, attachment, and the rest that are the cause of why we harm others. And then think again, I'm sick of this suffering. And then think, well, what can I do about it? Whom can I turn to? So here we come to this power of reliance. So we turn to the Buddha, who we see as a doctor who has these methods that we can use to purify. And it's not that we're needing the Buddha to forgive us. We're purifying ourselves by relying upon his medicine. So imagine Vajrasattva above the crown of your head. You can also imagine this is the mind of your teacher manifesting in this form for your benefit. And he's made of this radiant, blissful white light, sitting cross-legged on a white lotus and a moon cushion. And he has a beautiful, radiant face. His eyes are long and peaceful and full of love and compassion for you and all those people of your life. He has a sweet red mouth. His hair is black and held up in a top knot. His arms are crossed at his heart, the left underneath the right. The left is holding a bell, representing wisdom. The right is holding a vajra, which represents the indestructibility of compassion. And their being crossed represents the union of these two, and this symbolizes enlightenment, the development of infinite wisdom and infinite compassion. To the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha, I go for refuge until I am enlightened. By this practice of meditating on Guru Vajrasattva, may I reach Buddhahood so as to benefit all sentient beings. So here we have this little bit on compassion, and in order to develop compassion, we need to rely upon other beings and the very beings we have harmed and those who have harmed us by developing compassion for them. So think particularly of, people you may have harmed recently and in the past, and then in general, all beings we have ever harmed since beginningless time. And then remember those who have harmed you, and we have compassion for them because the harm they've caused you is going to result as suffering for them sometime in the future. So make a strong aspiration to do this practice of purification for the sake of all these beings, and think, I must purify for their sake. And then we come to this power of remedy, and this is the medicine, doing the practice of purification. And we start with the body. And Vajrasattva very compassionately sends powerful white nectar, like coming out of a hose, quite forcefully from his heart. And it arcs around and enters your crown and pours into your entire body, filling you completely. And it keeps pouring into you until it forces out of your lower orifices all the harm you've ever done to any living being with your body in the form of inky liquid. And this pours out of you and disappears into space, not one atom left as we recite the mantra. Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Jita meboa, Situkaya meboa, Sipokaya meboa, Anorakta meboa, Sawasidi mimpi yatsa sawa kama sita me, Sitam Shriyam Guru Hum Ha Ha Ho Bhagawan, Sawa Tathagata Vajramami Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Satra A Hum Pe, Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dinapatita, Jita meboa, Situkaya meboa, Sipokaya meboa, Anorakta meboa, Sawasidi mimpi yatsa sawa kama sita me, Sitam Shriyam Guru Hum Ha Ha Ho Bhagawan, Sawa Tathagata Vajramami Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Satra A Hum Pe, Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dinapatita, Jita meboa, Situkaya meboa, Sipokaya meboa, Anorakta meboa, Sawasidi mimpi yatsa sawa kama sita me, Sitam Shriyam Guru Hum Ha Ha Ho Bhagawan, Sawa Tathagata Vajramami Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Satra A Hum Pe, Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dinapatita, Jita meboa, Situkaya meboa, Sipokaya meboa, Anorakta meboa, Sawasidi mimpi yatsa sawa kama sita me, Sitam Shriyam Guru Hum Ha Ha Ho Bhagawan, Sawa Tathagata Vajramami Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Satra A Hum Pe, Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dinapatita, Jita meboa, Situkaya meboa, Sipokaya meboa, Anorakta meboa, Sawasidi mimpi yatsa sawa kama sita me, Sitam Shriyam Guru Hum Ha Ha Ho Bhagawan, Sawa Tathagata Vajramami Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Satra A Hum Pe, Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dinapatita, Jita meboa, Situkaya meboa, Sipokaya meboa, Anorakta meboa, Sawasidi mimpi yatsa sawa kama sita me, Sitam Shriyam Guru Hum Ha Ha Ho Bhagawan, Sawa Tathagata Vajramami Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Satra A Hum Pe, Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dinapatita, Jita meboa, Situkaya meboa, Sipokaya meboa, Anorakta meboa, Sawasidi mimpi yatsa sawa kama sita me, Sitam Shriyam Guru Hum Ha Ha Ho Bhagawan, Sawa Tathagata Vajramami Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Satra A Hum Pe. So be delighted that all the harm you've ever done to any sentient being with your body is now completely purified, and think that there's no way you could do anything but benefit others now with your body. And next is the purification of our speech. And Vajrasattva very happily sends powerful nectar from his heart chakra, and it arcs around and quite forcefully enters your crown and fills your entire body, except this time forcing up to the top of your body all the negativity of your speech. And this overflows and disappears into space, not one atom left. So you imagine all the gossip and the harsh speech and the useless speech and lying, all our inappropriate speech, talking about people behind their backs, getting other people to agree with you. All of this is purified by this powerful nectar filling you as we recite the mantra again. Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dinapatita, Jita meboa, Situkaya meboa, Sipokaya meboa, Anorakta meboa, Sawasidi mimpi yatsa sawa kama sita me, Sitam Shriyam Guru Hum Ha Ha Ho Bhagawan, Sawa Tathagata Vajramami Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Satra A Hum Pe, Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dinapatita, Jita meboa, Situkaya meboa, Sipokaya meboa, Anorakta meboa, Sawasidi mimpi yatsa sawa kama sita me, Sitam Shriyam Guru Hum Ha Ha Ho Bhagawan, Sawa Tathagata Vajramami Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Satra A Hum Pe, Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dinapatita, Jita meboa, Situkaya meboa, Sipokaya meboa, Anorakta meboa, Sawasidi mimpi yatsa sawa kama sita me, Sitam Shriyam Guru Hum Ha Ha Ho Bhagawan, Sawa Tathagata Vajramami Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Satra A Hum Pe, Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dinapatita, Jita meboa, Situkaya meboa, Sipokaya meboa, Anorakta meboa, Sawasidi mimpi yatsa sawa kama sita me, Sitam Shriyam Karo Hum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramami Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sata A Hum Pe Vajrasafa Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasafa Dina Patita Drida Meboa Situkaya Meboa Sipokaya Meboa Anurakta Meboa Sawasidi Mimpiyatsa Sawa Kama Sita Me Sitam Shriyam Karo Hum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramami Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sata A Hum Pe Vajrasafa Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasafa Dina Patita Drida Meboa Situkaya Meboa Sipokaya Meboa Anurakta Meboa Sawasidi Mimpiyatsa Sawa Kama Sita Me Sitam Shriyam Guru Hum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramami Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sata A Hum Pe Vajrasafa Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasafa Dina Patita Drida Meboa Situkaya Meboa Sipokaya Meboa Anurakta Meboa Sawasidi Mimpiyatsa Sawa Kama Sita Me Sitam Shriyam Guru Hum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramami Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sata A Hum Pe. So again, feel so happy that your speech is now completely purified. And imagine it's not possible to do anything other than benefit others now with your speech, including yourself. And so when we think about the negativities of the speech, maybe along this theme of, regulating how we talk to ourselves, think about the negativities of the speech that you direct towards yourself. And maybe purify that. Think about purifying that. So next is the purification of our mind. And imagine Vajrasattva now very compassionately sends powerful beams of light from his heart chakra, and this arcs around and enters your crown and fills your entire being. So it's like, as instant as when you're walking into a room, you flick on the switch and the light comes. That fast. So you imagine that Vajrasattva, sends this light and it instantly dispels the darkness of the negativity of the mind. All our attachment and anger and depression and despair, and neediness and bitterness, resentment, jealousy, all of this instantly dispelled, not one atom left as we recite the mantra again. Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Trida Meboa Situkaya Meboa Sipokaya Meboa Anurakta Meboa Sawasidi Mimpiyatsa Sawa Kama Sita Me Sitam Shriyam Kuru Hum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramami Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sata A Hum Pe Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Trida Meboa Situkaya Meboa Sipokaya Meboa Anurakta Meboa Sawasidi Mimpiyatsa Sawa Kama Sita Me Sitam Shriyam Kuru Hum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramami Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sata A Hum Pe Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Trida Meboa Situkaya Meboa Sipokaya Meboa Anurakta Meboa Sawasidi Mimpiyatsa Sawa Kama Sita Me Sitam Shriyam Guru Hum Ha Ha Ho Bhagavan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramami Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sata A Hum Pe Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Trida Meboa Situkaya Meboa Sipokaya Meboa Anurakta Meboa Sawasidi Mimpiyatsa Sawa Kama Sita Me Sitam Shriyam Kuru Hum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramami Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sata A Hum Pe Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Trida Meboa Situkaya Meboa Sipokaya Meboa Anurakta Meboa Sawasidi Mimpiyatsa Sawa Kama Sita Me Sitam Shriyam Guru Hum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramami Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sata A Hum Pe Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Trida Meboa Situkaya Meboa Sipokaya Meboa Anurakta Meboa Sawasidi Mimpiyatsa Sawa Kama Sita Me Sitam Shriyam Guru Hum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramami Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sata A Hum Pe Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Jida meboa, Situkaya meboa, Sipokaya meboa, Anurakta meboa, Sawasidi Mimpiyata Sawakama Sita me, Sitam Shriam Kuru Hum Ha Ho Bhagawan, Sawatata Gata Vajramami Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva A Hum Pe. So again, be delighted that all your delusions, which are the source of all of our own suffering and the cause of why we harm others with our body and our speech, are completely purified. And think that there's no space in your heart now for anything other than love and kindness and forgiveness and wisdom and bliss and compassion. And next is the purification of even the imprints of negativity of the body, speech, and mind. So now you imagine Vajrasattva sending light and nectar. So the nectar pours into you and pushes out all the negativity of your body, and it kind of pours up and pushes out all the negativity of your speech. And then the light comes and blasts all of the delusions. All this is happening at the same time and eradicates completely even the subtlest imprints of negative energy from the mind. Vajrasattva samayam manupalaya Vajrasattva dina patita Jida meboa Situkaya meboa Sipokaya meboa Anarakta meboa Sawasidi mimpiyatsa sawakama sita me Sitam Shriyam Guru Hum Ha 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 Ho Bhagawan Sawatata Gata Vajramami Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva A Hum Pe Vajrasattva samayam manupalaya Vajrasattva dina patita Jida meboa, Situkaya meboa, Sipokaya meboa, Anurakta meboa, Sawasidi mimpiyatsa sawa kama sita me, Sitam Shriyam Guru Hum, excuse me, Ha Ho Bhagawan, Sawa Tata Gata Vajramami Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva A Hum Pe, Vajrasattva samayam manupalaya, Vajrasattva dina patita, Jida meboa, Situkaya meboa, Sipokaya meboa, Anurakta meboa, Sawasidi mimpiyatsa sawa kama sita me, Sitam Shriyam Guru Hum Ha Ho Bhagawan, Sawa Tata Gata Vajramami Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva A Hum Pe, Vajrasattva samayam manupalaya, Vajrasattva dina patita, Jida meboa, Situkaya meboa, Sipokaya meboa, Anurakta meboa, Sawasidi mimpiyatsa sawa kama sita me, Sitam Shriyam Guru Hum Ha Ho Bhagawan, Sawa Tata Gata Vajramami Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva A Hum Pe, Vajrasattva samayam manupalaya, Vajrasattva dina patita, Jida meboa, Situkaya meboa, Sipokaya meboa, Anurakta meboa, Sawasidi mimpiyatsa sawa kama sita me, Sitam Shriyam Guru Hum Ha Ho Bhagawan, Sawa Tata Gata Vajramami Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva A Hum Pe. Vajrasattva samayam manupalaya, Vajrasattva dina patita, Jida meboa, Situkaya meboa, Sipokaya meboa, Anurakta meboa, Sawasidi mimpiyatsa sawa kama sita me, Sitam Shriyam Guru Hum Ha Ho Bhagawan, Sawa Tata Gata Vajramami Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva A Hum Pe, Vajrasattva samayam manupalaya, Vajrasattva dina patita, Jida meboa, Situkaya meboa, Sipokaya meboa, Anurakta meboa, Sawasidi mimpiyatsa sawa kama sita me, Sitam Shriyam Guru Hum Ha Ho Bhagawan, Sawa Tata Gata Vajramami Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva A Hum Pe. Excuse me, all the coughing. Now feel you're completely purified. There's not one atom of negativity left in your mind stream. Even the subtlest obscurations to your enlightenment have been removed. So really imagine this, really want this. Next is the power of resolve, and this is the fourth and final step in the purification process, and a really crucial one. And this is this determination to refrain from harming with our body and our speech and our mind. So we really just need to make a decision. Just decide. This is what I want. So this determination, this aspiration to refrain from harming, becomes like a beacon that guides our body and our speech and our mind in new directions. So Rinpoche always used to talk about everything existing on the tip of the, and he would call it not the wish, the wishes, the aspiration. So rejoice in your efforts for coming along to this practice. Some of you, it's been years now. I can't remember now. Soon we're going to be doing this for 10 years. Now we've done it for 4, 20, 21, no, 21, 22, 23. We're like in our 5th year, I think. Anyway, it's amazing. This dedicated group of people. So really rejoice in that, and the others as well, and everyone that comes along with you. And think about how far you've come in that time. There's got to have been a change. Has to have been. Even if you don't notice it, it's got to have been a change. There has to have been a change. So rejoice in that. And then think of something you'd like to work on over the weekend. Maybe you react to things. Maybe you have to know when to step back rather than vomit your anger out everywhere. If you know you're going to walk into a situation that you don't think you're going to be able to control your mind in, take a step back for a day. Make an excuse. And then when you feel your mind is stable, then you can move forward again. Anyway, imagine Vajrasattva's delighted with you, us, all of us, wanting to merge with your mind, melts into white light and absorbs into you through your crown, and think, my teacher's body, speech, and mind, Vajrasattva's body, speech, and mind, and my own body, speech, and mind are the same. So let's just dedicate, do a little bit of emptiness first. Rinpoche would recommend meditating on emptiness of the 3 circles. He calls it, well, traditionally it's done. But it helps to kind of seal the practice. Seal all the merit in, all the juice, all the goodness. So in emptiness, there is no I, the creator of negative karma. There is no action of creating negative karma. And there is no negative karma created. So whatever level your mind, you understand emptiness, place your mind there for a little while. You can think of all phenomena as being empty. They do not exist from their own side. You can also think that the way things appear to me may not necessarily be the way they actually exist. So let's just dedicate all the merit, all the positive energy you've created doing this practice to all living beings, and think, may all the virtuous karma I've created from doing this practice ripen as my enlightenment for the sake of sentient beings as quickly as possible. So let's just do chanting the names of Manjushri. The swift return of the swift discovery of Lama Zopa Rinpoche. The bearer of the mighty sword of wisdom, the foremost goad for taming great afflictions, possessing great renown, his glory great, his brightness great, his lustre most supreme, most wise upholder of the great illusion, fulfiller of the great illusion's aims, enraptured by the great illusion's rapture, the great illusion's great illusionist, the foremost lord of great munificence, supreme upholder of great discipline, intent supporter of great tolerance, with valor rooted in great diligence, samadhi resting through great meditation. Oh, was that 2 or 3? Was I moving on to 4? Oh, okay. That's all right. It's good you stopped me. Oh, what are we doing? The foremost lord of of great munificence, supreme holder of great discipline, intense supporter of great tolerance, with valor rooted in great diligence. Where were we? Was that it? Okay. Sorry. All right, everybody. Have a good weekend. As we say in Australia, have a good weekend. It's getting hot over here, so slip, slap, slop. Reed, you want to tell everyone what slip, slap, slop is? Okay. Reed's going to tell you guys what slip, slap, slop is.
Put your sun cream on.
What was the slap on a hat, slip on a...
Slips. Oh, you're going to do the whole thing. Slip, Yeah. I don't
Slap
know.
on a
I
hat.
think it's slip on
Hat.
a
Something.
shirt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Slip on a
Slap on a
shirt.
hat.
Slap
And
on.
then
So I can't remember anyway. There was this song that we used to
A
sing,
cute little jingle.
and it was a
Yeah.
cute little jingle with little people. It was to encourage all the young people to, well, the kids to put sun cream on and a hat on their head. Anyway,
Yeah.
we just so if you're going out this weekend, Tara, yes, you want to say something?
I have a question about
Yes,
the image of Vajrasattva that we use.
yes.
Would you be able to tell me what the red spots are? There's one above, I think it's the left eyebrow, and then there's two right
Oh,
here.
so it's damaged. The tongue. I've got it actually behind me.
Oh, okay.
So, it was offered to Judith by Lama Zopa Rinpoche. Do you want to show it, Shayla? Um, and Jack and Judith had it up the very, very high, and Jack put spotlights on it,
oh,
and I think it damaged the paint.
Ah,
And so that's what those red, I was looking at that for ages. I was looking at the tunka going, what are those red spots? I wonder if it, and then I realized that paint was peeling. So there's an artist that lives in this area, Gallic, and he did offer to help fix it. Yeah, that's it. That's what you're talking about, right?
yes.
Yeah, it's supposed to be white there. And then also on the neck,
Hmm.
there's quite a bit of damage. So yeah.
Hmm.
Well, thanks for asking. Yeah, see, you can see it actually, the paint is peeling.
I can see it now. I was wondering if there was some significance to it, but I'm glad that I asked, and now I
No,
know.
I'm glad you asked too, because other people might have been wondering the same thing
it's
and
such a
not.
beautiful image.
It is.
Isn't it gorgeous?
Mm-hmm.
I know. Such a beautiful face, this one.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And also you see his belly there. It looks like there's a bit of damage there and off to
Yeah.
the left side of his rib.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
anyway, Gaelic. So the problem is the Tunka's so big. I haven't, and Gaelic lives down on Land of Medicine Buddha, and I haven't really, I don't know how to kind of get it down there without damaging it further. So anyway, I'll probably have to talk to him about it, and someone is going to find the slip, slap, slot video. We can share. It's just a little bit of Australian culture there for you. All right. Okay, yeah, I didn't know Robert had a cat either. Okay, everybody, have a wonderful weekend. Lots of love and do take care, and I'll see you on Monday. Okay.